Tonight on Connecticut's news station, coyote concerns in one town, what coyotes have done there and how people are keeping their pets safe tonight.
Also, protecting mail. The new ways the U.S. Postal Service is trying to stop thieves from taking your checks.
Still warm heading into the day tomorrow, and then cooler changes for your Mother's Day. We'll explain your full forecast coming up.
Plus, high-stakes fraud. One man is accused of stealing hundreds of thousands from a charity and gambling away a lot of it.
And finding solutions to Connecticut's housing crisis.
We want it to be so that everybody can afford it, but there's got to be more of it.
What our state is doing to help people find homes and how advocates want more to be done.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we begin tonight with an alert in one Connecticut town after several dogs were attacked by coyotes. Good evening, I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, 2 of those dogs were killed in Simsbury, and Deep is warning you to keep your pets safe. Fox 61's Jake Garcia joins us live in Simsbury to tell us what wildlife experts say could be behind the attacks. Jake.
Well, Ben and Jen, wildlife experts with the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection believe that this group of coyotes are actually protecting a nearby den, as all of these attacks have happened in the same area near the tree line. But this serves as a very important safety reminder when living with wildlife nearby.
We take safety precautions, but if you're going to move to Simsbury, you have to be prepared to see bears.
Wildlife sightings have increased over recent weeks, whether it's bears, deer, coyotes, or even moose. Wildlife across the state are taking advantage of the warm weather and are on the move.
I came from Newington and I saw much more wildlife there in my backyard. We had a bobcat, I heard the coyotes, we had deer, like all those, raccoons, possums, stuff like that.
Jane Levin and her daughter Amanda say they enjoy the wildlife Connecticut has to offer.
They're here, we know they're here, and we just have to take precautions.
And wildlife experts urge you to do the same, keeping you and your family safe, including pets.
So we haven't personally seen any moose or coyotes, but we've heard them at night, and that can be extremely nerve-wracking to not know how close they are to the house.
Deep recommends not allowing your dogs to run free, especially at night, and keeping them on a leash if out for a walk. Never feed wildlife, and make sure anything that can be used as food is properly secured and can't be accessed by wild animals. Experts say if you come into contact with coyotes, try and frighten them away, something regular hikers recommend as well.
I would say just making sure you make enough noise that the animals know that you're around, because as the saying goes, they're more afraid of you than you are of them. So make yourself big, make yourself loud, pay attention.
State officials also suggest educating yourself and your family on certain wildlife and their behaviors, especially if they're common in your area.
They're not going away, and we can't just keep killing them and moving them and doing this. So we best understand them a little bit more to keep ourselves safe and our pets safe.
And experts say that if you run into wild animals, just to give them plenty of space, and if you have to walk away calmly. We have a lot more safety tips on our website, fox61.com. Live in Simsbury, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
An important story, Jake. Thank you. Let's get to the weather watch here. A beautiful weekend ahead for your Mother's Day celebrations.
And we've got summertime temps lined up right now, too. Rachel, it's steamy out there.
Yeah, we have a little something for everyone this weekend. If you're a fan of summer warmth, we get that tomorrow. And if you're like, okay, hit the brakes, it's still spring, well, we got cooler, more seasonable weather for the second half of the weekend on Sunday. Look at today's high temperatures. We made it into the upper 80s, just a couple of degrees shy of the record for Windsor locks today, and even 80 right down towards the Connecticut shoreline. It won't be quite as warm as this tomorrow, but still way above average for this time of year, and it's still warm out there as of 10 o'clock at night. We're looking at temperatures in the mid-60s to right around 70 degrees. There were a few hit or miss showers out there earlier today. Those are done now. We'll see temperatures only slowly sliding back, only dropping back towards 60 as we head towards daybreak. We will start the day off with a lot of clouds clouds tomorrow, likely mostly cloudy or cloudy. There is a slight chance for a shower, but I'm thinking that most of the state stays dry. And then as we head through the midday and into the afternoon, we'll see clouds breaking for some sunshine. So decreasing clouds, increasing amounts of sun, and highs up around 80 degrees away from the Connecticut shoreline, although mid-70s at the beaches. And then we have those cooler changes, but still really pleasant for your Sunday. You can't go wrong this weekend. We'll break it down, your full forecast coming up.
Rachel, thank you. New at 10 tonight, a Fox 61 follow-up as a New Haven family is now trying to figure out who assaulted a man and ran him over with a car.
Tonight, that man's brother is asking for your help to find whoever did it. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joins us now in studio with what he had to say. Gabby.
Ben and Jen, this incident first happened back in April, but whoever did this is still out there. The victim remains in the hospital with a long road to recovery ahead.
This was intentionally done, and it was a vicious act.
Thomas Corso is seeking justice for his brother Anthony. New Haven police say he was assaulted and run over by a car, left on the side of the road with very serious injuries on April 11th in the area of Laura Street.
He had a traumatic brain injury. His legs were broken in 3 different spots.
Police now searching for this silver Infiniti and whoever was behind the wheel at the time. And Anthony's family is asking for the public's help.
This could have been anybody's child, mother, father, brother walking on the street, and we need to bring this person to justice.
1 month later, he remains in the hospital, with the extent of his injuries still unknown.
He was on life support for 8 days. He's coming and going. He understands a little bit. We don't know how far the brain injury is. He has a trach in, and it's very hard for him to communicate.
Thomas says his brother was walking his dogs at the time of the incident. He was homeless, so part of the family's road to recovery involves finding the dogs a new home.
He literally took care of the dogs better than he took care of himself. He's going to need long-term rehab. There's no way he's going to be able to live in a van no more. There's no way he's going to be able to take care of dogs no more.
With Anthony's future unknown, his family wants at least one thing to be certain: that whoever did this is found.
And his car is in that vicinity, and we will get this car.
If you have any information on a suspect or the car in those photos, you're asked to call New Haven Police. We have the number for the anonymous tip line on our website, fox61.com. In the studio, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Setting, Gabby. Thank you very much. All right, we now know the name of the man whose body was found in Mohegan Park in Norwich on Sunday afternoon. Police say he was a murder victim from New York City. Martin Wright was killed in the city back in January. His brother, McMillian Wright, was arrested in April. He's charged with murder, although Martin Wright's body had never been found until last weekend. It's unclear when the body was buried in Norwich.
After waiting 9 years, the Walk Bridge over the Norwalk River will finally be fixed. Back in 2014, the state issued an emergency declaration to replace the bridge that kept breaking down when trying to let boats past it. The new bridge will have 2 separate 2-track bridges, so if one fails, the other can still come down and let trains across.
There's a significant amount of work that's involved, but we think, generally speaking, we'll be in good shape.
We're going to take the walk bridge and turn it into a run bridge.
The goal here is to finish the bridge by 2029. The state says it hopes there won't be many disruptions for commuters.
New at 10, the U.S. Postal Service is announcing new measures to try and stop several types of crimes, including one seen in many Connecticut communities. The USPS says it's installing 12,000 high-security blue collection boxes and 49,000 electronic locks nationwide. Right now, the blue mailboxes have older locks that thieves have picked to steal checks from envelopes. Several police departments across Connecticut have warned about check washing, which is when thieves take those checks and change what's written on them to steal money. The USPS also has new efforts to prevent identity fraud from changed addresses and counterfeit postage.
State lawmakers are advancing a proposal to study if they could repeal or reform Connecticut's car tax. The Senate unanimously passed this bill yesterday, and now it heads to the State House. If passed, a task force will be created to study the impacts of potentially repealing the tax. It's a move that could potentially save taxpayers millions of dollars, but it brings in a substantial amount of revenue for individual towns and cities.
I work hard. I had a number of minimum wage jobs. I saved some money and I want to go buy the car. And when I went over there, I find out on top that every month I have to pay the again car tax. I think I paid $300 car tax.
While repealing the tax could save residents money, lawmakers say the state would need to find a way to replace all that revenue.